What's good, guys? It's Sam here, and I just wanted to give an update on the YouTube results. Another week down, and share with you the progress that I've made. Before I get into that, though, make sure you press that subscribe button. And about 100 days ago, I decided that I was going to work on building a completely location independent source of income, meaning online essentially, where I didn't have to be tied to any geographic location. And I didn't know how long it would take me or what other things would come into play. So I initially was thinking for YouTube, right? And once I decided that's what I wanted, then I backtracked into how much that would cost, right? So to live pretty much in any place around the world, I could do that on a minimal level at like $2,000 a month. So I said $3,000, right, to play it safe. And I knew that I could get there with YouTube. I don't know how long or what how quickly it will grow or anything like that, but that's what because I've monetized YouTube before, and I know you can make money with it, but that's something that I kind of been playing around for several years now, but never really decided to go all in. So at the beginning of November, I decided to go all in, and I mapped it out for the next 72 weeks, which is about a year and a half, how to get to $2,000 a month from YouTube, because I knew that there'll probably be ancillary ways of making income throughout that period. And I have a rental property, so between the rental property and anything else that I'm doing above and beyond YouTube or other sources of income, I can get to $3,000 a month and live pretty much anywhere in the world for $3,000 a month and just continue to work on this full time. And that was about 100 days ago. So the results in order to get to that, it was the end of that period came to March, at the end of March in 2020. So if you have the end point and you know where you're starting, you can just figure out what the internal rate of return is that you need to get on a per period basis. On a weekly basis, it's a 7.85% weekly growth rate to get there. So for the first, I think like 11 weeks or so, let's take a look here. For the first, 11 weeks or so, I was growing at an average rate right around 30%. So just tremendous growth. And then about 4 weeks ago, it started to level off. And then I actually saw a little bit of dipping. So I'm still way ahead of track of where I forecasted. I'm still hitting numbers for the end of July this year, in 2019. So the numbers that I need to hit for the end of July are about 18,000 minutes on a weekly basis to be on track for the end of March 2020. However, I hit 18,000 back on January 12th, the week ending then, and then I've dropped back down to a little bit over 17,000 and been hovering around 17,000. I'll show you the actual data in a second. And I need to get to about 250,000 minutes watched on a weekly basis. So that's what I'm working towards. So I actually had 3 weeks in a row of decreases. So I hit, and I'll just show you these numbers. So I hit right here, January 12th, 2019 is when I hit 18,032 minutes watched, which is a 7.5% increase over the week before that. But that's where I started at 1,000 minutes, right? 950 was the actual amount at the end of October. And since then, I've just had a steady, you can see 25% growth, 54%, 31, 33, 36, 26, 33, 52. This is 9 weeks in. This is a number of weeks. 9 weeks in to have a 52% growth rate is fucking crazy. 18% and then dropped down to 7, and then I had a little bit of negative growth right there. So I had a 2.5% drop, a 1.5% drop, a 1% drop, and then a 3% growth. Then that was the week that just ended. So right here in this column is what I need to get in order to get on track, right? So if you follow this down, all the way down here is 250,000 minutes watched, and that is the end of March 2020. So I am here. I'm way ahead of where I need to be. However, the growth had stalled as of 4 weeks ago. So I know that to just continue to work on making the content better, continue work on marketing, and just all the little pieces that I'll learn along the way will just start stacking up on top of those. Just like where you are in your life at this moment is based on the decisions that you've made up to this point in your life. And that is just the aggregation of all those marginal gains over the past however many years you've been living. So I know that this will continue, but even if I grew at like a 5% growth rate from here, 5 or 6% growth rate from here on out, I would still hit it a month or two ahead of schedule. So I'm just going to continue along this process, show you guys what I'm doing in the results that I'm getting. Another interesting thing here, in the last, in the month of January, I actually hit 100 and, what was it? I actually hit 78,000 minutes watched almost. And in the entire year of 2018, I had 122,000 minutes. So in 1 month, I had over 60% of an entire year's worth of minutes watched, which is incredible. Because I've been doing YouTube for about 5 years off and on, not committed to it. So to have that many minutes watched in a single month is just astonishing for me. And this is just the beginning. As I mentioned towards the beginning of the video, this is only about 100 days in. So I'm going to continue to put out content, continue to work on my ability to articulate whatever it is that I'm trying to get across in the videos, and creating a more compelling story, as well as marketing the videos and just progressing through life as I am on this journey, and I'm going to keep you guys up to date. Now, in terms of the actual money piece, if you are aware of YouTube's monetization policies, you need 1,000 subscribers and over 240,000 minutes watched in the previous 12 months. So I am over 1,000 subscribers. By the way, if you were not subscribed, you should do that shit. And over the last 365 days, I have over 211,000 minutes watched, which means that I'm about 29,000 minutes away from reaching that threshold to be able to remonetize my videos. If you do the math, I should be there right around the 20th or right after the 20th of February. So that'll be a good time. And then I will be able to reapply for monetization. And I will keep you up to date on how that goes, and how long that process takes. And if you follow along, don't forget to press the subscribe button. But I will take you along that journey of how much I make through this process. If you want to see what I'm already currently doing, I'm using Amazon Associates, so check out the channel to see anything on that. In the month of December, I made about 77 cents per day. In the month of January, I think it was 44 cents per day. And I don't know what it is going to be for the month of February yet. But if you subscribe, you'll be able to follow along, and I'll tell you exactly what it is, where the sources of income are coming from. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Also, if you have any questions about what I'm doing or about fitness, reach out to me on Instagram. There's a link in the description. Just shoot me a DM or comment on a photo or something like that, and I will get back to you. Hope you guys have an awesome, awesome fucking week. I have 3 more days until vacation, so if you want to check out Instagram, I will be posting on there probably a lot more than I will be on YouTube on vacation. So I hope you guys create an awesome week, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.